Royal Ailes with RSU Public TV. I'm joined by Mike Neal, CEO of Tulsa Regional Chamber. Mike, thanks for being here. Let's get to this. What do you think is going to happen? Your best case scenario, you're looking at the globe, economic development. What's it going to do to our region during this pandemic? Or what is it doing right now to our region during this pandemic?
Well, I think right now, Royal, it's pretty much bringing everything almost to a standstill. I don't think in our adult life or in our life ever that we've seen anything like this. This is an unbelievably challenging situation. We're still working one active economic development project right now, but for the most part, everything else is pretty much slowed up. I think we're all hoping and praying that this gets through as quickly and rapidly as possible, and that a month from now, 6 weeks from now, we can begin to bring things back, get things back going. I will tell you that we are being as aggressive as we can from a chamber perspective in reaching out and interfacing to our members. We have connected with some 2,500 businesses in the past week alone, just really asking them, how can we help you? What can we do to support you? What are the biggest challenges that you're facing right now?
And what are they saying?
Well, primarily is they're scared. Secondarily is that they're worried about the cash flow. Thirdly, that they're really worried about keeping their employees on the payroll. And so it depends upon the type of business. You know, many manufacturing operations, and some of them are business as usual, but your restaurants, your small businesses, many of those operations have been brought to almost a total halt. And so it really widely varies according to business. But I think everyone is really thrilled with the legislation that Congress just passed this past week that I think offers hope through SBA loans and other mechanisms to get money into the hands of our citizens and to really get money into the hands of businesses to help them give a rapid jump start during this challenging period of time.
So estimates are, best estimates are this could go into June. For the economic development side of that, that's one shot in the arm. Is that going to have to be played again and more additional funds coming out to sustain our businesses in the local area?
Well, you know, I think what we've seen now, Royal, is that Congress has passed three major pieces of legislation. And so I would anticipate more to come. I think they're pretty much going to be shut down for probably the next three to 4 weeks. Congress will be back home in the states. So I don't think you'll see major legislation then. But let's hope and pray that over the next 4 to 6 weeks, our staying at home, our working from home, this new social distancing, this new remote work that we're all, or many of us are experiencing, will pay dividends. And we can return at some point in May to a more normal economy. I think once we rebound, I think we'll rebound pretty quickly. I think, folks, there'll be a ton of pent-up demand. There'll be a ton of people ready to go to restaurants, ready to go to ball games, ready to go to anything they can to get out of their houses. And so let's hope it rebounds quickly. Some of it, though, we know will take a period of time to come back. And so that's what we're just trying to help those businesses be ready for when the economy turns, be ready to try to get out of this mess as rapidly as they possibly can.
So all the new money infusion that was coming into Tulsa, American Airlines and a few others, that's been put on hold for now, right?
Yes. I mean, I think all that's still going to come. I don't think that will be impacted long term. It's just going to be temporarily slowed. I think everything is going to be temporarily slowed as the economy has been sort of brought to its hands and knees and severely slowed up right now. Likewise, in Oklahoma, we've got real challenges with our energy industry. The price of oil has been down to $20 a barrel. And I think the state budget, I believe, was built on $50 or $60 barrel prices. And so we've not seen prices like this. And so that's going to be another thing that our state is challenged with. Hopefully that can recover as well. Some people think that may take longer. And so we kind of have a little bit of a double whammy here in Oklahoma.
You think we're going to go into a recession?
You know, I don't know. There's a lot of talk about that. We'll have to wait and see. I think I'm optimistic, and we're optimistic that this most recent stimulus package that Congress passed will help. Will be a significant shot in the arm for our local businesses throughout this region, throughout this state, and we're all trying to roll up our sleeves, doing everything we can to be supportive. At the chamber right now, we're saying, number one, we've got to concentrate on being responsive. Number two, we got to be visible. We got to be visible to our members. We've got to try to be as positive as we can. Obviously, this isn't a good time, but we've got to be positive and trying to look at the good things that are happening. Many businesses, many communities are to be commended by many great things that they're doing to help us through this period of this pandemic and this crisis. We've got to continue to convene people. We make our living by getting businesses together, getting leaders together, addressing challenges that impact our communities. And so we've got to do that. We have to do it through new means of media, through all kinds of remote computer technology, through conference calls, other means. Communicate via Skype, communicate through Microsoft Teams. So many other methodologies out there right now. And then I think lastly, we've got to continue to advocate for our members. These businesses have suffered. They're suffering right now. Their employees are suffering right now. And so we've got to be a voice for these businesses, for these affected individuals. And we've got to be a voice to advocate for our state, that we get the necessary relief and that we provide the support to these businesses. These businesses are suffering through no fault of their own. These employees, in many instances, are being laid off through no fault of their own. So I think we really got to be there as leaders to support them, to help them. I applaud the action of our Tulsa Mayor, G.T. Bynum, many of our regional mayors, Tulsa Health Department Director, Dr. Bruce Dart, our governor, our president. We're all trying to work together. And this is a time that we've got to come together in a collaborative team fashion, support one another to the very best of our ability to help all of our citizens get through this pandemic and to get us prepared for a rebound when that hits.
Boy, that fly-in trip every year to D.C. will be no more important than it is now coming up. If we get to take that trip later on this summer or next year, it'll be very important, won't it?
Absolutely. It may be this fall before we're able to do that, but I think, Royal, it's critical that our region come together, speak in one voice, work collaboratively, work collectively from a public-private sector partnership, and continue to collaborate. We're fortunate to have some great leaders at the city, the county, the regional, the state, the tribal, the federal levels. We've just got to work together and support one another during this challenging time.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Royal. Nice to talk to you.